Hold on to your butts.
Yay! Star Wars Acolyte!
Oh, God help us!
Exhibit A.
You're all a bunch of hypocrites.
Star Wars is for everyone.
For everyone.
For everyone.
For everyone.
For everyone.
Star Wars is for everyone. Regardless of race.
Regardless of religion.
Regardless of gender.
Or identity.
And it always has been.
Did you worry, little twat?
Not every show, movie, comic book, collectible, or video game will be your favorite.
And that's okay.
Social media should be a place where we can share our love for the franchise.
Without being attacked for what we enjoy.
You started all of this, but I'm gonna finish it.
There is no room for bigotry,
misogyny,
or racism in the galaxy far, far away.
That's why when you feel alone in your fandom,
when someone attacks you for being who you are,
remember, there are more of us.
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 Again.
You're all a bunch of hypocrites.
Fuck you!
Meanwhile...
Why do women ruin everything?
But wait! There's more!
Maybe that's what she means. She expects dancing.
I'm going viral on Twitter again. Open up the news. Some interesting things. 20 million views in a review from 2018 with Trevor the King. When I was a
Colin Kaepernick called. What's his hair back?
The story, you know the one. Oh, you smell like a black boy. And my people cried in the theaters. Find it releasing. White people cry they could see us as human beings. Trevor asked what I want. The people.
You're not a human being, woman. You're a piece of living cringe.
Yo, shout the season, man. Shout the season, man. God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Gets worse.
You know, I feel that our show was much more woman-centered than what I have previously seen.
I don't give a shit!
Yeah, I feel like we are part of a wave of more inclusive and more beautifully represented Star Wars shows.
You need to shut the up!
Fans that don't necessarily look like what you normally think like the traditional Star Wars fan looks like, because if there's anything that I learned from this show, it's that, you know, the Star Wars fan is varied.
What the hell are you talking about? Fool of a took.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Also,
You asshole.
you asshole.
Good riddance to bad rubbish. I'm President Rathcock, and I approve this message.
Alright, chums up.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy
Dragons!
What's up, everyone? We're back at it again with another Tangent King podcast episode. We're at number 3 right now, and with me, I actually have the house elf Dobby right here, or otherwise known as Mr. Rev, and on the bottom, we got the Cardboard King, aka Ryan Roger Athay, the Prince of Wales, in other words. And, of course, we will have the good old Italian metrosexual sage, the Coach MC studio, coming in a little bit of an hour late because he's got to deal with some clients and stuff. But hey, how you guys doing?
Yes, the German-Italian male prostitute has to deal with some clients. That's why he's late.
Oh, God.
Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. It's great to see you all watching today. We're 6 minutes into this show, and I'm guessing no one is watching because no one is speaking their mind in the chat. But it is great to be here, and it's great to see Dragonslayer, great to see Dobby, and it will be great to cut up each topic into a video so I get between, 3 to 4 times the viewership via videos than Dragonslayer will get from this show. So, Dobby, how have you been since we last had a good talk?
I've been really well. Just to keep in mind, the Empire is the real Empire hit. No, just kidding. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for having me along. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to rip Star Wars to pieces, make fun of Biden. It's about what we do, really.
Yeah,
Great
we'll
news.
get to all that.
Great news, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God.
We finally did it. We beat Medicare.
Yes!
Yes!
To give you British folks and viewers some context, that would be like, say, the Prime Minister Sunak saying, "Guys, we did it. We beat the NHS."
Oh, God, y'all. Yeah, I don't know who's more fucked at this point. But, no, yeah, so today we're actually going to just jump straight into I think the most controversial topics so far on the internet besides the Dr. Disrespect stuff, which we might touch on that near the end, but I do want to focus on the Acolyte, especially its latest episode, which I have to say, it's quite... okay, if I just judged it based off the fighting scenes, it's okay. But if I judged it as part of a collective, it still does not change the fact that this is just complete dog piles of crap, okay? But before I even get into it, what did you guys think of it? Like, what were your first impressions out of it?
Dobby, give him the bad news while I
went to get my eyes out and get totally drunk and forget I ever reviewed it, let alone watched it. It was really bad. These Jedi deserved to die. They are the dumbest Jedi.
They sound like it, man. Hold on, let me just put this in here. So I did pop up the show itself just so we can have some wonderful context as to what the fuck we're talking about. But what about you, Ryan, before we start?
When I saw the previous episode, and it's a good job they had a previously section, because as soon as I watched the last episode of this crap, I just got rid of it out of my mind, threw it away, and then I watched this. I didn't think it would get any worse, squirting squirrels, a tracker getting lost, a Wookiee that gets murdered by a chink. It just goes to show how bad the Acolyte is, and it's just gotten worse. I mean, we've got Ezra Miller, who hasn't committed any sex offenses in this universe, taking on and destroying all these Jedi Knights and Jedi Masters, while a Padawan is holding her own until she gets, stabbed to pieces like a blonde woman in the streets of London. But no, it was not a good episode.
Oh, man.
I'm trying my best to be as entertaining as possible in my description of it.
Goodness.
Because it's truly forgettable.
It
and
is.
If you can't forget about it, then you've got living cringe inside your mind. So
it's quite insane of an episode, honestly. And considering what you just mentioned right now, there was a post that I have bookmarked. Gotta probably search it because quite deep down there. But there was one where somebody showed like a caption of the Padawan, and it goes like, "Oh, Monday fighting with sticks. Tuesday dual wielding lightsabers while fighting a Sith Lord." Oh God, dude. Look, I get it. Y'all wanted to put like a cool lightsaber battle that was like an homage to the Phantom Menace, because obviously that's what they were trying to copy over here, you know? It's like that kid that saw somebody do something cool and then they try to like perfectly mimic it, but they try so hard that people cannot really think of the fact that you were able to do it slightly better. They more likely think like, okay, I could just go back and watch the original thing and that'll be it.
And from my perspective, Dragon, when it comes to Disney projects, including The Acolyte, no one could watch this and they would still give it a second season. That's why when I saw the title of this stream that a second season is unlikely, I'm like,
yeah,
Dragon, you bet your ass we're going to get a second season of Ahsoka. We're going to get a second season of Acolyte. We're going to get a second season of fucking Skeleton Crew, although it hasn't come out yet. Disney needs content to fill up their streaming platform that no one watches. Disney, who is living proof of that concept. But they will still make it. Why? Because Disney Plus earns them enough revenue to justify its continuation. It's like the movie version of Game Pass. And so long as they keep earning the revenue, as well as the sponsorships with other companies who give away fucking Disney Plus with, say, I don't know, broadband deals or phone deals. That's what's keeping all of this afloat. But even if it was bleeding out money left and right, whether it's Disney or the BBC, no one could watch this and they would still make it. Just like content creators make stuff. No one watches it, but we still make it because we enjoy making it. These fuckers enjoy shitting all over franchises because that's what they do now.
Yeah, but they're quite delusional. That's even worse, because at least with like with most content creators, you can see it comes from passion, but on their end it's more like the passion to be delusional, which leads to usually making very, very crappy products that not even a normie can appreciate. Like, to give you an example, I have a coworker who is sort of like Star Wars theory, who I call them the hopefuls, right? They're the ones that are like, oh, yeah, there's some bad stuff, and I don't like Kathleen Kennedy and all these people messing up the IP. But, I think like at one point, we'll get Star Wars back on its feet, and it'll be good. And I'm like, sure, but the only way it'll happen is if the witch goes away along with the rest of her freaking Banshee cohort. Until then, we're going to get all of this, all right? And he even told me, okay, like at one point, I think he told me that he just broke. He said, yeah, look, the only good thing about this episode was the fighting. Other than that, it's just pure fan fiction. Like, I completely despise this. And yes, here we got exactly, Ryan, we got somebody already mentions this, okay? There, it is true. Disney does makes it. They don't even make stuff because they like it. They just want to spite people.
Took you 14 minutes to get an independent comment, Dragon.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well,
give him a round of applause, Dobby.
Oh my God.
Minutes.
Oh, fuck you twats. But
thank you, Just to Go G or Just to Gog, for all I know. You're a dragon bot, but it's great to see you, my good man. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully you enjoy the show. Now back to Dragon.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, the stupid thing with this fucking episode was something that Disparu pointed out. If you slow down the fighting, then you see all the spots that people should be in, and they're not in because they got to wait for the other person to attack them.
Yeah, let's talk about this part right
here. And then the stupidest thing, they're in a wood.
Yes.
With fucking space bug moth creatures that are attracted to light. But these dumbasses are having a lightsaber in the dark
And they never show up. Good point there. See, that's the problem. Like their writing doesn't seem to sync with whatever's happening throughout the entire story. It's like the writing, it's the whatever lore they invented in their writing, it's only convenient when they feel like it. Okay? It's like when you're playing a Skyrim playthrough and you find out that you can just, like, if you're a PC player, that you can just type in a command to, like, automatically kill off Alduin in a single, like, type command, you know? That's how they think about it. They just, oh yeah, those moths, don't worry, ignore them. Villain is about to kill someone. Oh, type in prompt. Oh, they're now swarming him.
It's just like the franchise itself. Yeah. It'll never sync.
Yeah.
Because we're in a day and age, Dragon, whether we like it or not, where we're dealing with companies that either have more money than sense or don't need money in order to survive, Disney and the BBC, so that they can produce these projects again and again and again. And, well, here we are. All these awful projects, none of them get any viewership. The viewership's declining, but they don't care. They want to indoctrinate the people they have. And if no one ends up watching, guess what happens, folks? They go and market it to another country, spread the fucking disease while no one in the West watches it, and none of us highlight the problem with it, so the disease spreads like a cancer, like what Dobby has. And that is the biggest problem. We have to contain this issue. If we ignore it, it won't go away. It'll just get worse.
That's why Star Trek Discovery is called STD. That's how because they, yeah.
Oh my god!
You don't say. But no, I do want to mention something very interesting about this part right here, right? And right before I do that, hello, Iris Roda. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. You got in quite early because we're talking about the good old shit show of the Acolyte. And
round of applause for Dragon's second independent comment. There we go.
Oh my god! You know what, man? God damn it! Right? I am gonna get back at that. Okay? No. Oh goodness gracious me! But before I do that, the whole the fights in the show primarily, right? What did you think about this specific fight? Like, you know, because they were trying to obviously mimic the whole Phantom Menace fight scene between Qui-Gon and Darth Maul, except more people. What do you guys think about that? I want to hear this.
I think the biggest winners in this fight were the trees for trying to cover up the fight.
Agreed. Because I don't even know. I don't know who made this decision at all. Like, okay, I get it, you know, maybe if this was real life and people are fighting the trees and this is what a person saw, great. But you're describing it in a book or something. But if you're in a visual media like TV and you want people to stay engaged, and this is supposed to be like one of the highlight fights, you know, the big reveal of the big bad master dude, right? And you want to show off his skills and being able to efficiently kill people, why would you put a good chunk of his fighting time behind fucking trees? Why?
It was done deliberately to cover up the fact that they don't know how to do one.
I mean, yeah, they probably don't. You know, man, you know, when Coach shows...
And then the stupidest thing was, like, Osha gets flung into the woods. Why didn't she get killed? You're surrounded by fucking trees, and a Jedi Sith Lord just does the Thanos backhand, and you would have thought Osha would have died because you know, she might be good, but getting past trees, she ain't that good.
Yeah, I don't know either. I always wondered, like, there are a lot of times where you see people getting force pushed into trees and rocks, and like they literally hit their heads. Their exposed heads, by the way, don't have helmets on like this dude has. Just their exposed heads getting hit really hard by rocks and big and like thick trees, right? Thick old trees. And no one here is walking around like as if they got a concussion or nothing. No. No, they're completely fine, bro. Like, get back into the fight.
It's all good. We're fine.
Yeah, it's
Just
all
don't
good. We're
imitate
fine.
this at home, whatever you do. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and
It's like watching the later seasons of Game of Thrones. Why is it so dark there?
I do see that's one of the complaints
Because
I
they're
have.
covering up the fact that this wasn't choreographed well.
Yeah.
You mean choreographed? Well.
Yes, that too, Mr. British.
Dobby has cancer and he can't speak properly. But I think it was... I think it wasn't well lit properly to hide the fact that they're probably on a set, like a studio set.
They are on a set.
And if they're not on a studio set, if that is all green screen and blue screen, then those are quite impressive trees.
Oh no, look, I have no issues. Let me just put it this way. My issues are not with like the visual elements of like the digital visual elements, like the planet biomes and all this stuff. Okay, that's not my issue. My issue is like with all the other shit that is 10 times more important and is the reason why people stick around to watch a show, right? And I do want to show like a little bit of this fight, and I will have to do like, I can only do like maybe 10, 12 seconds, and then I got to stop because Disney's a bitch.
Yeah, I'd rather not, Dragon. I want to turn this into a video.
Hey, look, I'll be nice. I'll do like 7 seconds just to be safe, okay? Because I do want to show this to y'all. So this is exactly what happens. Literally, she's just staring.
She's
living in a Korean paradise. Living in a Korean paradise.
Literally, that's all they do the entire time. And my favorite part is, man, where is it? Oh yeah, she just keeps staring as usual. That's Amanda Stenberg's wonderful acting there of expressing emotion of being stuck in a dire situation. She can't like do pretend twerk dancing, or as I call it, a freaking seizure.
Mating vigorously with the air.
Dude, man, look. Okay, so I think there is this part where he just... there we go. Okay. So this is the part where he decides to... the infamous part... Well, not infamous. Now we know why. But at the time, people kind of lost their shit over this, right? And it was mainly this part. So it's where he basically headbutts a lightsaber and just kind of brushes off the other one with his hand. Now, Star Wars Theory did explain at the end of the day that lore-wise, this has actually been shown in the expanded lore. So mostly he's just using cortosis, and apparently it's a type of material that's very good at repelling energy, which, well, this is the kind of lightsabers are literally plasma. So it makes sense. I have no issues with that. It is kind of weird that if you're supposed to be this wild Sith Lord, that you would think, okay, let me headbutt my head, even if I have this helmet that can, protect me. Like, why would that be your first thought? Like, why would you headbutt it, knowing that? Here's the thing, right? They're trying to paint him to be this guy that he is so good at like fighting this regular fighting style that the Jedi don't know how to like properly attack him or whatever, right? Even though there's like 5 of them at this point attacking him consistently. And in my head, all I'm thinking is, okay, at the moment where he headbutts someone, or he like tries to slap away the dude's lightsaber with his like cortosis arm implant, right? There were multiple moments throughout the fighting where if you had more than 2 people fighting him, they could have just disabled him by cutting his foot or stabbing his shoulder. Simple shit like stabbing at like the harder to defend areas, so they could have killed him. And this could have been done multiple times.
Well, breaking news, everyone. An Asian killed a black man in this episode, so something's gone wrong in the DEI kickboxing thing, because that's not supposed to happen.
Oh, they're like piranhas that turn on each other.
Well, that's why they had to have him headbutt it, because they're like, we've got to have discount Asian Ezra Miller prove that he is the bestest. Oh my gosh, Sith ever.
Oh, yes, the wonderful freaking Asian Ezra Miller. You know what's even crazy? I found out that this dude's, the actor that plays Asian Ezra Miller might actually be Latino, but... yeah, I think that's
why they can't kill him. They're like, oh my god, we got diversity high. He can't die. He can't die. There'll be problems.
No, it's
globalism, a civil war.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay, never mind. No, I can still use the joke of Asian Ezra Miller in mind. He is a Filipino Chinese, so okay, the joke's still in effect. There we go. Okay, so I was fooled by the last
he's
name.
Just wrong.
Oh Jesus.
And Yordi's like standing there going, the script tells me to block. Do I just
I like this part. Look at this part. They're just looking at each other like,
what do we do?
He headbutted my lightsaber. What do I do, man?
My sub IQ level means I don't know what cortosis is.
Dude, it's so... I mean, look, I get it. You know, it's supposed to look confused, but this is more like, you know, somebody shit the bed, and I don't know how we're gonna clean this mess up.
Average Joe Biden Jedi Knight. You know, I think the real question for this topic should be a very simple one, because I love boiling things down, and we got a lot of topics to cover. I'd like to ask Dobby first, then Dragon. Dobby, do you honestly think that the Acolyte will get a second season?
Oh, fuck no.
I told you.
Why?
Because, like, 13% audience score. There's no way Disney are going to be like, yeah, we're just going to give you a second season to fuck around even more than you did in the first one, considering that your lead actress fucking twerked on a video that went, in other words, viral. Your lead actress is a dickhead. Leslie Headland is a self-professed prostitute lover.
Yes.
And this show is dead.
Well, Dragon,
don't worry, because if it does get a second season, Kermit the Jedi will probably be
Well, I was just going to say to Dragon, do you remember the audience score for Velma? And that got a second season.
I think, yeah, but hold on, let me see, because I remember it wasn't. Okay, let me just double check this, because I'm curious now. Yeah, so the only reason that happened, I believe, is because Velma was like one of those shows that like X-Men 97 was pre-approved for yeah, I saw it too. A horror. Okay, you know what? You get one of these.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
That's a horror. Oh man.
Ornithologist.
A ornithologist. Oh my god, that is good. Okay, I'll give you that one. But I do have a opinion about the whole second season. So let me just share this screen real quick, because I think it'll shed some light, I believe, on why I think it won't get a second season. So here we go. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Can you guys read that?
Sorry, I was blinded by her ugliness.
The words, not the woman. Focus, Dobby.
She looks like a larger form of Kirstie Alley.
Oh my god.
Courtesy of John F. Trent from That Park Place, the Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland casts doubt on a second season being made. Now, I would
maybe
give...
she can even spell the second season, let alone come up with the ideas.
Well, we have a 50% chance, folks, of this article having a Bible quote. So, speaking with Entertainment Weekly, following the release of the show's 5th episode, Headland said, something that I've noticed is first seasons will end on what should have been the break into Act 2. Feels like everyone's really expecting to get a second season. and I don't feel that's a good idea.
No,
That's
love,
bullshit.
You fucked up the first season with no fucking story. You can't just bring in a Sith Lord without some kind of build-up. How did Discount Agent Ezra Miller become a Sith Lord? What planet is he from? Why does he have a big hard-on hatred for Soul? Why did they meet together? Who is the Master's master, which is a lot of masturbation. But there we go.
Yeah.
Prequel show, Dobby.
I hate that. I hate when they say that because okay. So supposedly, right? I did some calculations. This show is in the timeline. This show is supposed to be set 100 years before Phantom Menace. So in the Star Wars timeline, this is like 132 before the Death Star getting blown up. Okay, and so
by Anakin.
No, yes, by Anakin, because we definitely think that it was Anakin that blew up the Death Star. Oh yeah, fuck off. But
well, what do you expect, Dragon, when you've got a mixed race actor? He's got the worst of both worlds.
Ryan, in my experience, mental idiocy, okay, is very a universal trait that is kind of like a very deadly infection. If you have the right vaccine and you treat it, it goes away. But if you choose to ignore it, it will probably consume you and destroy you.
Are you telling me that retardation is a universal problem? Because I can.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Because I can tell you, Dragon, that is complete bullshit. I mean, the most retarded parts of planet Earth tend to be a few shades below the pale. Wink, wink,
my god!
Nod, nod.
Oh goodness!
Monetization.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta do some plausible deniability here.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
There we go. Okay, they're protected. Okay.
Being inspired by a liar, a criminal, and someone who fucks prostitutes, Dragon.
Hey, I'm sorry.
moment.
He's America's hero at this point. But getting back into the actual Acolyte, one of the reasons this statement that she's
everything into season 1. No, she didn't, because we've had no build up.
But she has thrown everything into season 1, Darby, and she's using what she has stated as a form of cover to justify a second season. I mean, Russell T. Davis himself has done that with the first season of Disney Who. Now, I know the second season was guaranteed in that example, but he left that first season to be so fucked up so he could try and wrap it all up in the second, and then in the third, it's like a hook to hook the fish in.
Or if you're Leslie Headland, a hooker, which is what she is.
I mean, for lesbians, yeah, maybe, but like I don't. I mean, hey, I'm not. She's the one that went on like a million news articles. Million like news agencies and was like. During Pride Month, like, yeah, Star Wars is gay. What? I'm gay, so of course I'm gonna add some more gayness to it. And before y'all call me a homophobe, number one, she said this bullshit. Most Star Wars fans do not give a shit about that and just want a good story. But if you're gonna bring
being a homophobe, Dragon,
nothing, I'm just not one. But I do laugh when they make funny statements. Okay, I'll admit that. Okay, because I can't deny when funny shit is said. Okay. Even if it's super offensive. But
I personally think we should give a round of applause to Leslie Headland, the pillar of lesbian excellence.
You know what? You're right.
You are living proof why there should be more homophobes on planet Earth.
Oh God. This is what your grandmother, your mother and grandmother fought for. Bullshit.
Yes. I was just waiting for Discount Agent Ezra Miller for his lightsaber to turn into rainbow colors. He could be like, guess what, motherfucker?
A chromatic lightsaber?
My red lightsaber has AIDS now.
Oh man, if you even survive getting sliced off by it, you'll die anyway. Oh goodness.
Taste the rainbow, mother.
Oh my god. Dude, I swear to you, this whole article is just insane. And one thing I was going to mention, right? So this statement where she says it feels like everyone is expecting their shows to get a second season, and I don't feel like that's a good idea. I find this to be complete BS. Okay, the reason for it is because most showrunners typically, in order to sort of increase their repertoire, okay, of shows, in their resume, they usually want to get a show that lasts for multiple seasons, because when they're applying for their next gig, that will usually give them more incentive to potential employers to hire them, right? Normally is how this happens, okay? But no, Leslie over here is like, no, actually, I don't want any of that. And the only reason she says that is because she knows she really, really screwed up. Okay? Because and Disney probably saw the writing on the wall earlier on, and just like with Echo, they're like, look, you're only getting one season of this, and then we're moving on. All right? And I swear to you, that's what's going to happen. You'll see. If I'm wrong, oh well, I'll admit I was wrong. Okay?
I disagree, because all Leslie Headland has to do is bring out the paperwork and say, you fucked Harvey Weinstein, and you fucked Harvey Weinstein, and you fucked Harvey Weinstein.
Is that all the straight women?
You fucked Harvey Weinstein. Now give me my next season, motherfucker.
So is that the... Wait, oh man, so is that like the all the female producers in high positions?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my god.
I just thought of a funny caption for that picture. To get that shot, they must have told her, hey look, underage lesbians, this way. And she's like,
how else do you think this woman got her position? By threatening her way to the top.
Let's just say the Disney hotel rooms needed to be cleaned.
Oh goodness. And I like the fact that
hey, look, I'll demonstrate how she got it. Okay.
Oh god.
Hands-on demonstration.
You mean this Dragonslayer? I mean Dobby.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Fucking scissoring, because Az is gone. I gotta do it.
Hey, Az, if you're watching, we love you, Az. You should come on.
Yeah,
we love you,
Az has class. He won't be watching this show.
He has class.
Oh goodness.
Kama Sutra. No, it's more like Karma Jedi.
Comma witch. Oh my god, no, comma lesbian witch.
AIDS.
Comma Jedi lesbians.
Kamala Harris.
Oh,
your president for the next 4 months, Dragon.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Oh goodness, dude, I do like this part here, right? So this is how I like his phrasing, right? He says the show has not performed well on any metric. Like John, look, I know you got to be like very controlled, but you could have just said like this show is shit. Like that would have made everyone understand exactly what you were going for.
I'm sorry, John, but based on how you've put it, the show has not performed well on any metric. Then I look down and see one metric is at 83%. I may have to cast doubt on the rest of what you have to say. I know the critics are trash and should be shot out of a cannon into space. But when you say the show has not done well on any metric, and then do a metric that does well, kind of lends a bit of credence to your opposition.
Yeah, it kind of makes you look like you're more of a hardliner when if you're trying to give off the image of someone as being partial. Like if I was doing a report on this, I would say like the show has not performed well on most metrics, or I should say on audience metrics. That would be more specific, because that's exactly what this show's issue is. Audience metrics are really bad.
Oh, it's easy to rewrite that sentence. I mean, according to the critics, the Acolyte did well. According to the audience, the Acolyte did not do well. IMDb backs up the fact that it did not do well with their low audience score as well.
I like this comment. He says, not only are audiences and user reviews in the dumpster, but this show's viewership is piss poor as well. I think John just stopped. Yes. The Walt Disney Company officially revealed that the show's first 2 episodes only garnered 11.1 million global views after the first 5 days of streaming on Disney Plus.
That's about 2 million or so views, about 1.5, 2 million.
Yeah, considering how big of an, this has
Amazon Doctor Who, and this is this.
Dude, this stinks of fucking Amazon from like 2 years ago. They said the same shit, and they probably are using like the metrics from when they released those 2 episodes at once on the first week to sort of cover their asses so that it looked good, when in reality it probably did not look good at all. Like, this show probably honestly, I think the show's getting more viewership through people like us talking about it than actually watching it, because nobody in their right mind would pay $15 an hour just to watch this exclusive, okay? Yeah. And that's an issue that all these companies have. They always focus on like, oh yeah, subscribe to our service for this very, very super duper exclusive show that only shows up in our platform. And then I'm like, number one, I don't care, and I'm not going to watch it anyway. And if that's all you're offering me to watch for at least an entire month, maybe 2 months, depends on when they release it, right? Why would I waste $30, okay, at minimum, to watch one whole season of 8 episodes of a show that it already has a lot of red flags on it? And then on top of that, okay, when people call out the red flags, all you're doing online, or I should say through every form of media at this point, is trashing the people that you want them to watch your show in the first place. Okay, your audience. Why would I even pay money for that? Like, unless you're like reviewing consistently, like Disney Plus content that is usually very bad, go on ahead. But for the average viewer, unless you want to watch some old legacy media that you watched when you were a kid, there's really no other reason to do this. And even then, with the old legacy media, you can just go on the high seas and find it. Let's be honest, okay?
I made a tweet on X saying that Disney's going to start having lightsaber haircutting sessions.
Oh yeah,
I can guarantee you that little Jimmy and little Jane are going to be like, "Mom, can I cut my hair with a big plasma wielding burning device?" Sure, little Jimmy and Johnny. What could possibly go wrong?
You're assuming they have kids instead.
That's true. Oh yeah, so here's the
shove up their ass.
So this is how many minutes it brought in. 210 million minutes watched in the US alone, okay? So for comparison, 619 million minutes less than Ahsoka. And remember, people had issues with Ahsoka as well. But again, the difference is that, well, people liked Ahsoka, and unfortunately some people were blinded by that love of the character.
How long is an episode, Dragon?
For like in the Acolyte? In the Acolyte, the average runtime for these episodes is about, I would say, 35 to 38 minutes, not counting the 5-minute credits. Yeah, so...
Well, divide that number by 210 million.
Yeah.
So 210 million divided by, say, 35 or 38, and you'll find out how many people watched all the way through per one, complete playthrough, and you've got your rating right there.
Yeah. And
so otherwise, it's really bad.
And what's crazy is, Lod's got a point here. The fact that Bluey is Disney's #1 streamed show, and then you make it, does tell you a lot about how how bad this shit is. It's insane. But
It's an ABC BBC collaboration.
Yeah,
And for
yeah.
ABC, that's Australian broadcasting, not American.
Yeah.
It's a British Australian linked project.
Mm-hmm. And see, they do. You do make a very good point here that some people, they may not even want to go to the high seas. They might just hunt down physical copies, get a DVD player, right, or an adapter, hook it up to their computer or TV, and just watch what they want to watch. And that's a thing. You know, it'll be decades before physical media goes away. So you have enough time to get your shit if you don't want to watch the legacy media on Disney's platform, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, other than that, I mean, the rest of the article is just evolving into John Trent just
being a very talented journalist who lost control of the company he founded.
Yes. As usual. But, you know, I like these aggressive types are always hilarious no matter what. Okay? And
anyone else getting depressed by covering this topic?
I mean, the whole... No, of course not. But I will say this, right? So to go back to...
I agree, Rhoda. Yeah, we're all getting depressed. Let's move on.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just how it is, dude.
Let's talk about something funny like the presidential debate.
Oh no, we're gonna get into that. Hold on, not yet.
How long is this show gonna be, Dragon? We've gone through one topic, and we're 46 minutes in.
Oh, just super quick. Come on, don't be that way, my friend. We got a little bit more to talk about.
Yeah, how can I squeeze this damn show for every view I can get while you go on tangent after tangent?
Because this is the Tangent King podcast. That is the whole reason.
I have a question about Soul.
Sure. Go for it.
It would have been nice for Leslie Headland to tell us what the fuck he did to discount Ezra Miller. Sorry, discount Asian Ezra Miller.
It's his son.
Yeah. Oh, you think it's his son?
Yeah. I am your father.
I will...
Oh, I am your father.
Yeah, I will not be surprised if they do that. Like, if they do that, I'll laugh my ass off at that, because that is so generic in the sense of like, oh, okay, I saw that coming from 200 miles away. Like, you didn't surprise me at all with this, because it's been used in the past and you didn't use it. And before somebody goes like, oh yeah, but dude, all these kind of common tropes are used consistently in many different forms of film. Yes, but usually they try to like add something in between to give some flavor to it so that, you know, it's not so generic and it's more unique, right? And it's presented at different times to add some much needed drama to certain shows. But in this one, if they do that, I will just... I'll just won't care, honestly. Like, it's already too late into the story for me to give a crap about it. With Soul, we barely have any background about him, even though he's a very important character, right?
Well, he's Asian.
Yeah. That's all you need to know. He's Asian.
Star Wars Episode 11, Rise of the Rice Munchers.
There you go. But no, with the whole fight, honestly, this part, I think people were making fun of the fact that, like, you know, this woman, this Padawan, mind you, again, this is the Padawan. So for those of you, I guess, that don't know Star Wars lore, which
she's the trainee.
Yeah, Greenhorn is another good name, right? This one, and this is a Sith Lord, so this is like a rookie. That's like a rookie linebacker going up against, huh?
It's because she's a strong, independent woman, and therefore give her a lightsaber, and she can easily take on the Sith Lord.
Me woman, me strong.
I think that's why Leslie Headland did it, because she's like, oh my gosh, you're cute. We're going to put you in a kick-ass jaw. I want to see how your body moves. That's Leslie Headland. That's not me. That's Leslie Headland.
Fucking creepy. Creepy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, look. Yeah, I can't. But no, this whole thing, right? Oh, and here's the best part, right?
standing there like a
this
dumbass.
scene, I have to point it out because I was laughing at it. So when I first saw this, right, they're walking around the forest. He's charged with basically getting her out of there by Soul. And out of nowhere, she turns up, she looks at her flashlight, and she goes like, and she tells the Yordle here, hey, aren't the moths attracted to your lightsaber light? And then he's like, no, I don't remember that. What are you talking about? Let's keep going. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. Your master literally said, and you were in front of him too. He said, don't turn on the damn lightsabers because these moths are attracted to the light. And then, of course, we have a fight of lightsabers that, again, moths just said we don't give a fuck until we're called. And that's just, to me, it's just insane how much inconsistency there is in this writing, right? And how they make the what?
That's the only look she knows how to do. It's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
I want to be on TikTok.
Where's the bathroom? Like literally, that's the whole.
Oh, Rev's just jealous because he can't dress up as a black woman.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, I'm not sure.
It's not racist if it's true, and the truth is reality based.
Okay, there we go. Oh, and it says a long, long time ago in a universe not far away enough. Yes, unfortunately. And yeah, see, there you go. See, there's my point. Why would you? That's always what surprises me. Like when I see some of these like Twitter profiles of these supposed fans of the show going like, oh yeah, we definitely love this. Oh my god, we love Yord, and Yord, the black dude that nobody cares about. And the Zabrak girl that gets killed. I forgot her name already. Damn it, I'm sorry, but I don't care.
White lesbian woman.
I guess so. I don't know. But
Jekyll or something. Jackie.
Oh yeah, Jackie. Yeah, Jekyll, Hyde, all that shit. Who cares? Either way.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. Oh, man.
That's who they should have got to play whatever that fucking Asian Jedi Master is.
Yeah, but they needed an Asian discount as a villain for diversity because they didn't have enough.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, my God. Dude. I have to say this, right? So, for this whole fight, okay, as we progress through it, this guy is taking like 1,000,000 years to kill the twin sister, right? And I think he's had multiple opportunities to get rid of her, but her plot armor is stronger than her fucking chastity belt, okay? Like
black girl magic. It's black girl magic. Yeah.
I swear, I don't know what is with this show and this useless character. Like,
you can't kill me. The plot says I have to sit here like a dumbass attracting the moths with having lights on. But don't worry, because I can twerk the moths.
Twerk the moths? Dude, that is... Oh my god. See, that's what we need right there, right? We need twerking moths at this point.
Well, the Doctor couldn't do it in season 1. I guess
the idea of a black woman in a jungle is something that a white liberal lesbian woman would set up.
He does have a point. Yeah, actually, yeah, I gotta agree. And look,
it's not racist if it's true, and the truth is
reality based.
Sorry, I cannot help myself every time I hear that. But in terms of plot, I like this confused look that he gives. Like, he really wants to run away. Obviously enough, they just...
I'm just a Jedi.
I'm just a Jedi.
I'm only just a Jedi from a stolen family. Gagaboosh, gagaboosh. Thunderbolts of dreadlocks, very, very deadlocks.
Mamma mia!
Mamma mia, let me go. Oh,
Let me
Jesus.
go back to Africa. Let me go back to Africa.
Yo, shout the season, man. Tell me about the season, man.
Could you imagine if I said that on the breakfast show? They'd
If
be
you did, that'd be
sharpening up
great.
their spears, ready to gut me.
I know.
Can you feel the love tonight.
Oh, this is the best part, right? This is
He looks
finally.
like he's on crack. He's like,
He does look like he's on something. Oh shit. No, I would say fentanyl, honestly, because that's a popular thing now. But dude, yeah, he just looks so
he's
out of it.
What time's my drug dealer coming?
Hey man, look, the Wookiee told me he would have my fentanyl ready, okay? Then I found him, then he told me he didn't have it, so I just killed his ass. Alright? Just let me go, bro. I got no issues with you. That's literally the fucking dude. Oh my god. But no, I have to say, right?
Yeah. Oh, Coach is asking if we're still on.
What?
Coach just asked if we're still
Yes. Yes, let him know to
No,
come
no,
in.
Coach, we're not live. Go back to pouring yourself out in southern Florida.
But no, in terms of the whole issue here, right? I still don't know what the whole point of. Oh yeah, again, opportunity number 259 to kill this annoying little twerp. Okay.
If she wasn't black and if he wasn't discount as Asian Ezra Miller,
If he wasn't Asian,
That looks like that picture right there looks like a good time.
oh my god.
Catching this, murder daddy.
Something. This is Atreus' wet dream. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, if the roles were reversed, you know he'd be having a good time. I agree,
goodness.
Dragon. Oh my god, they're allowing them to breed.
He's definitely.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh
He's definitely
god.
on something. He's got like the bulging eyes and
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on steroids.
I mean, you know what's here's the crazy thing, right? So they really make the male characters here all of a sudden look like superhero ripped, but yet they're wearing a lot of clothing. Like, who the fuck cares? They're Jedi. It's just not fucking Marvel. Stop trying to put Marvel shit into Star Wars.
This legitimately looks like a sex scene.
The start
what
of
the
one.
caption is harder, daddy, harder.
Oh my god.
That's because he can't pleasure her down there, so he has to use his hands instead of his dong.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Hey, we gotta derail the stream because you're still on this fucking topic and we're halfway through the show.
Oh, here comes Soul, and he's like, "Guess what? I've been here the whole time with a big ass saber.
Yeah.
Now I'm close to you
Yeah.
because you ain't wearing your helmet." But what does he
Yeah.
do? Let him fucking live.
Yeah, he's like, I thought Jedi didn't kill unarmed people. And then I'm like, bro, you killed his apprentice. And I would give zero fucks at that point, too. Like, I would be like, I'll do some atonement meditation later on. Fuck him. Yeah, and then afterwards, the thought Osha has here is, yeah, let's stick a flashlight in his back. And then he just gets sucked in by the
Doesn't make any
moths.
sense. They've been in the fucking woods with lightsabers, and the only thing that attracts the fucking killer moths are flashlights.
Yeah.
Are the moths blind? Are they racist? They don't like lightsaber colors?
You can tell this show is fucked up because moths are not dangerous creatures. They're annoying, but they're not dangerous. They're no threat to human beings. Yes, they can eat clothes, but apart from that, they are no problem.
We watched the X-rated version.
Yeah, apparently.
And
you know,
now
look-
for the incestuous lesbian black scene.
Oh, we got to show this. Everyone, this is how people get haircuts in Star Wars. I call it the lightsaber cuts. All right? Here we go.
Just use the Force and have her just put it up over her neck.
He's like, check me out.
Yeah.
I'm the best baddest bitch on the planet.
By the way, I have to say,
Hey,
right?
look at that lightsaber. It looks like the lightsaber is like flickering.
Yeah.
The power of blackiness.
Yeah, right. Oh, by the way, this
Black
is what
and
they
yellow, black and yellow.
this is what they expect us. Oh, you're right, Laud. You're so right. She is stunning and brave. That means that we got to do this.
You did it
this
wrong.
is a
Sing it.
Yeah, but this is a fantasy. I mean,
It is.
I have never seen another black woman that has no tits and no ass. only Amandla Stenberg, the only black woman with no tits and no ass. Do you know why? Because there's an L in her first name because she takes it, and second, she has a Jewish father.
And
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And the stupidest thing is, you have a fucking Jedi Master.
Oh,
and
the
a
fucking rodent is back.
And they can't tell which sister is the right sister. because-
Except the rodent. The rodent is a freaking Sherlock Holmes. Okay, look at this little fur
And he
ball,
likes
shit
to
ball,
swear.
right? Picks up the light, picks up the trail, right? Soul gets woken up. Oh, there's Coach. Okay.
Here we go.
Hello. How are you, sir?
How are you, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, Coach, it's so great to have you here. I mean, what a great guy who can carry this show. Very talented. Everyone loves to hear him speak, and we don't want him to shut up ever.
Oh, Ryan's just
now
jealous.
you don't want me to shut up. Yeah. This is how the flag turns all of the sudden. Right.
See, look, folks, Coach is
Oh,
such a bad
goodness.
actor. He didn't realize I was acting. Go and
How
sign
you
up
been,
to his
man?
free masterclass.
I couldn't catch your
There's no
irony,
one-
man.
there's-
I
there's
couldn't
no
catch
one
it. It was
is
so
willing to
subtle.
pay for it.
You're a master of your craft. What are you doing in your cardboard home? Go on stage. Be on Stratford upon Avon. Be a
That's why he
Shakespearean.
has the cardboard. He uses it to
How's
make
the
money.
last hour of...
Yo, shout the season, man. Tell me about the season, man.
All right, let the Ryan trash talk begin.
How has the last hour been for you, Coach, after you were fellatioing men? Oh, wait, you're doing it now?
This fucker.
I have always a client under the desk. You know, it's always.
Oh.
works fine.
Was it the room?
Oh,
No,
God.
it was great. It was great. I had a beautiful first session with a new client. I love first sessions because, you know, it's always about bombarding them and kind of giving them like the outlook of how it's gonna, how it's gonna look like the quest, and it's beautiful because usually they are completely bamboozled by the information and also
Did
the
she
emotional
climax,
impact.
Coach?
Of course, a couple of times.
That's suspicious. That's suspicious like shit. That's suspicious.
Anyway, Coach, but how you doing, man? Can you just give the wonderful crowd here some quick introductions about
Sure.
yourself?
Sure, I'm the co-founder and also the co-runner of a beautiful endeavor called the Coach MC Studio. We have a performance, acting, and also art studio down here in Miami Beach. And we're also present, of course, on YouTube, where it's the Coach MC Studio, where we help performers, actors, entertainers to upstage, to kind of upgrade, to insert something new in their communication skills, into their visual language, but also in their vocal image in order to communicate their ideas very successfully and in a remarkable way.
There you go. And just to kind of touch up on some quick things, Coach.
Sure.
What did you think about the Acolyte's fifth episode?
There is nothing to think about when there is nothing to think about.
Oh,
I
that's
agree,
very profound.
Coach. We've been covering this for nearly an hour, and I have
There's
been
nothing to
begging
think
Dragon.
about when
Let's
there is
move
no
on.
content. Well, yes,
Exactly.
there is nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I do have to mention, right? So, fake
Right.
OSHA right here. Okay, or the fake the evil twin sister that supposedly killed her good twin sister, and then did a haircut. No.
I'm sorry, Dragon. I mean, what we could talk about, of course, is the absence of content, the absence of spirit, of ideas, and
yes,
decency of plot.
Yes. Right, the decency of plot, and the thing that also was contradistinctive for the Jedis, right? Because hey, we have completely forgotten that this whole thing started with them, is that they had always some sort of entertaining authority about them. A Jedi had an authority that was transcending authority. It was entertaining to the point because it showed its mastery so clearly that there was no doubt, no question, no alibi about why a Jedi master is a Jedi master, and so he has to be followed, like a shogun, like a samurai master would be followed. And so the fact that Star Wars, the very essence, has lost the ability to tell a Jedi master as an entertaining authority is, for me, the biggest and most outrageous type of violence that this franchise has suffered in the course of the last years. And it's so sad because if you take Star Trek, the moral value of Star Trek goes beyond, it transcends the story. That's why you want to watch a Star Trek episode, because the original ones, not the crap. And the original ones always had a moral dilemma with them. And that was the leading story, the Polaris of Star Trek. And the Polaris of Star Wars is the entertaining authority of the Jedi. If you lose that, you lose the stake of the moral dilemma here, and there is nothing worth watching anymore.
And what was funny about this episode is Sol just leaves the other Jedi, doesn't bury them. He's like, yeah, screw you lot, you're dead.
I guess Coach has never watched Andor.
White pressed me. White pressed me to watch it, and we actually, I think we also reviewed it in a couple of episodes on the channel. Definitely, I watched Andor, and I appreciated it a bit more than the other products. But to me, they are actually not just two products. I mean, from this new franchise, I just really enjoyed Mandalorian, the first seasons, and Rogue One. That's what to me Star Wars somehow reminds me of. In a nutshell, all the other stuff wasn't Star Wars.
Yeah, the live action is like that. Was that?
Well, I was just going to say, I think the worst part about the Acolyte, and it has many problems, but the worst problem by far is the complete lack of fuckable women.
I mean, that is shit. I mean, true. That's a valid concern.
It's factually correct. Okay. It's factually correct.
I'll give you that.
You can argue about that.
But really quick, just to finish this, and I'll ask Coach one more question about this. As usual, the only one that knows that the twin sister who cut her hair with a lightsaber is the evil twin sister is, of course, this fucking rodent that got squirted on, or that squirted at someone. I'm not sure which one it is in the last episode. And it's a weird non-binary alien, which in my head I'm thinking, like, who the fuck cares? And they go on the ship, and of course, she, it, whatever the fuck is there.
Whatever that is, right?
Yeah,
I think they just watched, what is it, Guardians?
Yeah.
And they just thought, hey, let's have like...
They wanted their own rockets.
Yeah. I think that was the thought.
Yeah, dude. See, there we go. That's a good one. If you want to be inclusive, why can't we have straight men, or in general straight characters?
Because Disney doesn't market to straight people
anymore. Yeah.
We also need cancer patients to be represented. Like,
here's the best part, by the way. Okay.
I love that. How is she not dead? And secondly, wouldn't
Force magic?
No, that's the wrong sister, because he's been with the.
I don't know when you are that anymore in Star Wars anyway. They completely
couldn't he read minds? Couldn't he read the minds of people?
No, Dragon. You don't understand. He's loving this because now he can get some jungle pussy tonight.
Hold on.
Point,
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Yeah, there we go. Okay,
that's true.
Oh God. No,
That was
Did
so
he get
cool. It was
consent?
just true.
This is going to be the big question. Did he give Did he like go, hey, I know you're barely conscious, but can I force heal you by placing my hands on you, or will you claim sexual harassment?
Disney Star Wars in a nutshell. Gotta give consent before saving people.
I want to just break this beer and be devil's advocate just for a second. There are a couple of things, of course, that people that are not completely aware of from the Star Wars universe, also in terms of how the canon, the lore, and the respective attributes of the Jedi Masters actually reflect their talents. So not every Jedi Master necessarily is able to read minds. That is, first of all, something in the Jedi Master lore, reading minds is an evil task. So it's first not something that you do easily, and like every time you it's something that you have to do consciously in order to kind of, serve a better cause. But it's not something that you want to do like on a daily basis, because it's inherently considered to be a bad thing. To kind of intrude someone else's space is considered like an evil task, like an evil action in the Jedi lore. And so therefore, this is not something that every Jedi necessarily is able first to do, because you need to be a true master, like Yoda, Obi-Wan, people like that. And also, of course, Anakin, Darth Vader. And so therefore, we can be devil's advocate here and say, okay, he didn't know because he's simply not trained. He's simply not capable of doing it.
I mean, gotta agree. But now that we've ended this shit show, because can we get just one last question, Coach? What do you think of the choreography? Did you think it's
not a choreography?
Yeah,
it's again. There's nothing to think of. There's nothing to think of. It's not a choreography.
Yeah, dude.
It's silly.
The lack of choreography.
It's the lack of choreography.
Let's have a lightsaber duel at night.
The other day,
in a fucking forest with killer moths. But don't worry, they are only attracted to torchlight. You'll be just fine. Ignore the fucking plasma.
It's incredible.
What's your ratings, by the way, after we talk about the choreography?
My ratings.
Yes.
He's rated R. He's the Italian.
No. Not that kind of rating. Just from a 1 out of 10.
Exists. It's like Rings of Power. It's 0.1. It kind of has its existence.
Okay. All right, Dobby.
0.5 out of 10.
Ryan.
I just thought of a very, very sick joke to describe this show.
Please.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Dude,
okay. The Acolyte is like Jews during the Holocaust. They're around, but not for long.
Jesus. Okay. Hold on.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Okay, there we go. Demonetized anyway, but who gives a fuck?
They're gonna raid us.
Yeah, see, there we go. even Lon, who watches you, is so shocked.
That's not a joke. I distance myself from
we
this
did
incident.
say we did.
Hey, no one's gonna watch the show. So all
I mean, there are actually
still going to follow me.
Nah, I don't believe
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Yeah. So
also the way Joe was reacting.
Look, my rating for this is a 2 out of 10. Fighting scenes don't make a good show. Yeah, I gotta make a realistic rating. Okay, decimal ratings.
Dragon. The other day, I saw like a little choreography from Bruce Lee. How he was training like a master shot choreography of a battle scene before actually jumping into the close-up shot or the American shot. That training of that simple choreography was already more entertaining than everything that we saw in terms of fighting or styles or anything like that in this show. Because the thing about a choreography is that your master shot, a battle choreography and your master shot, it needs to look somehow logical and it needs to look enticing. And at the same time, you need to flesh out each and every warrior's attribute. So you need to kind of define as an audience pretty quickly. You would be able to assess like he's fighting in this style and she is fighting in that style. That's what a battle choreography is supposed to do in a master shot. Like these are the three main purposes, right? if you don't fulfill those purposes, right, then there you don't have like a battle sequence. You don't have a battle career. You have just a couple of twitches and edits and kind of fast-paced, somehow smart-looking scenes that somehow should describe a fight, but it's not really an enticing fight. Like a Bruce Lee fight, set up that stuff, and that is entertaining because your brain still can figure out the single moves. This makes sense. I see how he blocked that.
Yeah,
and
Dragon's not interested, Coach. He wants to.
No. I saw the receding hairline, and I have to say that shit is. I don't know what's gonna fall off faster, the Acolyte or your hairline.
I rate the show a 6 million out of 10.
You mean negative? Because the positive is a little bit too.
No, that
too
would
racist.
only take 3 years, Dragonslayer. No, 6 million out of 10.
Okay, fair enough. Well, other than that, I guess let's talk about some good really quick, and then we'll just give our thoughts about the presidential debate. But really quick, what were your thoughts on the second episode of House of the Dragon? I will show like the video here, and don't worry, I cut out the parts that can't be shown on YouTube, so I won't be caught red-handed by the fucking algorithm. Huh?
They're the best parts.
For you, yeah, because nothing happens to you, motherfucker. Oh, God. But, no, what did you guys think about the show? Let's start with Dobby first.
So I've watched the first season.
Are you Dobby, Coach?
Yes, me and him swap places.
He is sexy Dobby, okay?
Male prostitute. This is cancer.
I, by the way, love his setup. The Dark Reverend has the Sith
Dobby,
House
please,
elf setup.
please make your point. Make your point, please.
Come on, man. Dobby. Come on, Dobby. Just do it.
Do it.
Do it,
Coach.
Are you alive?
Finally, I put the man who never shuts up to sleep.
I'm glad you're alive,
I thought
Coach.
it was okay, apart from the scenes that we can't show on YouTube. But no, it was good.
Oh, okay. Perfect. What about you, Ryan?
Complete fake news.
No, this is not fake news. He's spot on. He's spot on. He's spot on.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly what's happening every day.
Hey,
no, it's not happening every day because he can't eat every day. He can't afford to eat every day. So.
Dragon, I am the only reason this show will ever get viewership.
Shout the season, man.
Anyway, what do you think about House of the Dragon, my friend?
I think the second episode was perfectly passable. I think as we go on with House of the Dragon, I think it's gonna be like a U. So it's gonna start off very well at the start.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna plateau down. And then it will end very well. But they've got to extend that mainly because of the fact that the end of House of the Dragon will naturally lead to the Game of Thrones. And we know how that ended very, very badly. So it was a perfectly possible episode.
They killed the series. They killed the franchise. It didn't end badly. I think they completely reversed the sense of watching the series. Like that's why I was so mad at it. I watched some of first season, but I still don't. I feel so betrayed. Honestly, I feel still so betrayed. I'm detached. I'm detached from it. I was so entangled. Like first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, first 4 seasons were amazing, and then we kind of witnessed
because we had books to adapt.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my God, it's a pirate.
Yar, I'm a pirate.
I'm sorry, but that person looks inbred.
He does. Yeah,
he does.
I mean, that's the whole point.
Look at that jaw, man, and look how.
So you guys, but let me honestly, you guys like it? You guys enjoy the show?
The show itself, the show is very good. We're just we just I think one of the things
you like about it.
Me right now, so far it's mostly like the political intrigue between the two opposing factions, and the fact that a typical George R.R. Martin strategy is make sure that you barely have any characters you want to root for or none at all. In this case, I have no characters I want to root for at all because everyone is like fucked up in their own way and fashion.
Yes.
All right. Either through inbreeding or other messed up shit because of the environment that they grew up in. But honestly, I think the political intrigue and also just how some characters act, around each other. I do find mostly. I think the Rhaenyra's brother is Aemon, right? Did I remember that right? Is it Aemon?
Right.
Yeah.
Of course,
well,
Aemon.
not brother. Sorry, uncle. My bad. I forget.
Is there a difference in the Targaryen household?
No, because they commit incest anyway. But you got to get these facts right. Oh fucking hell!
It's important for the kind of lineage.
I love this one. Isn't that riffraff?
Yeah, I mean, but don't you feel like, I don't know what you feel, is it when I see this product, is like, compared to Game of Thrones, it misses being so epic and being so important. I don't know, Game of Thrones really had something epical and something like truly important. Like, I believe the actors were better. The storyline was, of course, we had the books, but it was more than just having the books. The cast was stellar. Everything, the setup, the props department, I think was way more qualified than here. Here, I'm seeing just like a knockoff, right? There's a production company that just says, hey, with a reducted budget, we can create like a semi-dragon, House of, kind of Game of Thrones type of atmosphere, and we can still make a lot of viewership by kind of being the raconteur of a knockoff in itself, right? We kind of twist plots a little bit different, but this is gonna be, we have so much canon here. We definitely gonna remix some of the older material. And this is what they're doing, I feel sometimes. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad show. It just does, it feels a bit lifeless and loveless compared to, Game of Thrones, and also less important when I look at it, it's like,
that's because there's barely any kind of source material to reference for this project, because the House of the Dragon is nowhere near as well detailed as the Game of Thrones books.
Absolutely.
And,
but at least it's finished, which means
that's true.
It's a far better product. A product that is crap but finished is way better than a perfect project that's never finished.
Big eating, right?
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts. These facts is not facts. It's not facts. It's facts. It's facts.
I retract my prior statement. I don't want a black man's endorsement.
Damn it, Ryan! Just take a compliment. God damn it!
Monetized again.
But I do have to say, you're right about that with House of the Dragon. I was wondering if I was the only one that felt like that, Coach. But yeah, this show does feel like it's like when you eat really good Italian pasta and then you go to Olive Garden. It's the same thing. Like, okay, it's fine. I'll eat it.
But it's disgusting. Yeah. It's an insult to culinary anything.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm trying to get a little, I'm trying to get a comparison going here. It's just
if you like to tell me that Italian food has anything to do that they serve at Olive Garden, and we seriously need to have a conversation when you come down here to Miami.
No, I don't. I'm just think about it.
No, he said it.
What the fuck is Olive Garden?
It's nothing.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. It makes a mockery of Italian food.
It's a black hole, right? It's a mockery. It's a black hole. It sucks in information and life.
People like Coach consider it to be the 10th circle of hell in Italy.
It's a dementor.
The mentor sucks the life out of you with its food.
It's a Leslie Headland of the culinary world. There you go.
That's about right.
Excellent.
Yep, there you go.
I like that. Excellent.
Oh my God.
This is funny, guys. We should do this more often.
We do every week.
We
do?
Yes. Yes.
But
Saturday join us once in a while.
Yeah, I know. Saturday is a truly busy day down here because
Saturday is a busy day. He's fellatioing many men.
Come on, stop it now. Stop that. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on.
Oh, it's your
Please.
cat, isn't it?
Do you know
No, it's
what
not
they
my cat,
called
it's-
Coach? Do you know what they called Coach in Germany?
Oh,
They
God.
called him the Bratwurst sucker. That's what.
You're truly insane.
He
but
is.
also funny. But it's so good.
You know, Olive Garden is like German Italians. They pretend to be Italian, but they are in fact German.
I'm Sicilian. I'm not even concerned about what you're saying. I'm Sicilian. I was born in Sicily.
He's a full-blooded Italian. He just moved after he was born. Different, completely different, Ryan.
Absolutely. Also went a little bit to elementary school down there in Sicily. That was beautiful. That
Oh.
was probably the most beautiful time of my life.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I have to say though, all right? So,
Is that a man or a woman?
It's a strong,
Yeah.
independent woman of white color.
look, it's a well done character. I'll ignore it, but yes, you're right. I just don't give a shit about what they say outside of it. At least this I think the actress is like non-binary or some shit like that. I think that's what they
mean. It's freak.
Yeah, it's somebody. Yeah, it's a I think it's a biological woman that thinks they're non-binary, which I just don't care. You know. And honestly, I just don't.
You know, at this point, he can identify as a toaster, but the question is, can she act? That's all we want to know.
Absolutely.
And she does.
I think
surprisingly.
I think this creature should identify as
Oh, God.
sandwich maker / bitch.
Oh,
Okay.
Sandwich make a bitch. It's a sandwich make a bitch. It's a sandwich.
What the hell is going on?
I don't even
Sandwich
know.
make a bitch.
Oh, he's
It's a new song. Sandwich make a bitch. It's a sandwich make a bitch. It's a new song.
Oh, okay, fine.
It's called a beat bug. Have you ever heard of such thing? It's called a beat bug.
I like this
come
comment.
on.
A dung ball in a dress?
So what's this woman's rate?
Is that even a dung ball? Because she's clearly
I
just
don't even know.
beige. She's beige.
I have no freaking idea.
Like beige is
anymore.
nothing. Beige has no taste. Beige is the worst color. It's the color of
You would
oppression.
know you
Beige.
sucked off enough beige. thing.
Yeah, but I left beige behind. Now I have purple, bitch. You have cardboard beige. That's the worst thing ever. Cardboard beige.
Yo, shout the season, man. Tell me about the season, man.
You know, trash talking. I love this trash talking.
say
Please never
beige.
change. Oh, and
Beige, yes.
Beige.
what an
Beige.
awkward way.
She's a black person.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a black person in this.
A black person on a ship. Good times.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
I gotta make this show entertaining somehow.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I don't even
Why
want
is
to.
he in chains?
The break good times come on.
She's the captain of this ship. I don't even know.
But here,
No,
can
no
we-
one in their
Looks
right mind
like
would
it
make a
has
black
to happen.
man.
If
No-
you go
no-
back to that shot, right, it looks like
Le-
he's trying to be Tony Stark. He's like, I got my nuclear reactor right here.
Oh, you
That's,
mean
that's another
yeah.
fantasy that they should put in black people with nuclear capabilities. Right, old lad.
this frame? Like,
He's constipated.
I want to know why
Also,
did
the
they
costumes.
He has an afro. He looks like
the
he's got an
costume.
afro.
look. At least for once, we
he
got
does.
a different hairstyle. Okay, at least this guy has
an afro.
long dreads. A change from the freaking Miles Morales haircut for once.
Oh, I don't know if I like the costumes. Also, to be honest, all these colors. I don't know. It seems just,
Oh man,
it's called Manila.
Coach.
Manila. I like Manila.
Manila.
So if these black men come from Wakanda?
Oh my god. Look, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Wakanda, traveled to an alternate dimension and landed here, and
With Miles Morales.
yeah, with Miles Morales, and unfortunately, the White Walkers destroyed them, and then as refugees, they were taken and enslaved by the Targaryens. That way, we can give the idea that these are colonizers, right? We'll make Targaryens look like a bunch of racist colonizers as a result. There we go. Oh, we'll just. Jesus.
What did you just say, Dobby?
What? I said it again.
Could you say that again for us, Dobby?
That's a disclaimer.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
But the way Joe turned around is the best.
He did. Oh, Jesus. But, yeah, this whole thing, honestly, like, with House of Dragon, I think...
He's staring at her, thinking, I'm for a good time.
Coach, you okay there, buddy? You okay?
It's really just... Oh, it's good.
You okay there?
How are those free masterclass coaching sessions going?
It's good. Under the desk, you can... Come on, be quiet for a second.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
But I do have to say, this episode in general, I do find it very interesting.
Oh, there's a white guy being executed.
Yeah,
a bunch of them.
That should have been the diversity character hanging from rope.
I don't know, the color palette. I always look at costumes. I'm a costume fanatic, and
sure.
Remember our beautiful conversations we had also on Rings of Power, and the costumes there being just a mess. I see the same pattern here. I feel
at least they're not made of cardboard. Okay, that's an upgrade. That's better than
that's
nothing.
An upgrade. Right,
Yeah.
no, for sure. But the color palettes, I get it. They want to do a more or less accurate kind of reconstruction of what a medieval town could have looked like. But this is not entertaining. Just to give people all the same colors, all the same tones. I mean, the color palette is a bit boring. The costumes are boring. The details are not kind of popping out nicely. Whether that's a poor detail or a rich detail, it doesn't matter, right? I don't feel like that this picture is rich. Like, look at the still. They're just standing around. There's no real props connecting them. The composition of the picture itself, the lighting. It's all just...
I have a question. Why is Susan Twist in this episode?
Say that again?
Why is that? What was it? Yeah.
In this episode.
Yeah, none of these fuckers watch Doctor Who, Dobby, so they don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about.
I'm not British. I'm sorry. Please enlighten me. What?
There's that really annoying character that was in the first season, or the shit show that we call Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
It's Disney Who, technically Dragon. Although I will, Dobby, Dragon, whatever the fuck, you all are the same to me. You can tell.
At least we know you're the only one that lives in cardboard. Okay, so now hard.
I'm the prominent creator here, Dragon. So I lay down the law.
Beige cardboard. That's important.
Oh my god! Really? Oh my god!
I like the way we've got one person in a suit of armor, and that's your entire money spent on. Are we going to defend this port wherever we are?
Right.
I don't know either. Like it's, he does. The guard is sort of just there as mere decoration.
Proof that one white man can defend a town against a horde of Wakandans.
Jeez.
I mean, this is more also like peasants. But
another advantage if you make great costumes, besides kind of making them, nice and it pops out and it's great for the eye to see. Another great advantage of great costumes are also that you give more profundity to the picture. If you have a lot of people in a picture and all the costumes are made greatly, right, and they kind of reflect that also in the depth of the picture that you're taking as a frame for the action that you're showing, you immediately give more profundity, more depth to the image, which is great for the eye. So it's more entertaining and it's more enticing. And so the whole room makes more sense in how it's subdivided if the costumes are also fitted better. And here, the problem that you see here, that the costumes, they cause a flatness in the image. That's why the it's kind of flat. It's not really depth. Like like Rev said, it's just one guard. It doesn't seem that far away, right? You don't really see the measurements. Yeah, Dobby, but I think elf, Dobby elf, or the dark elf.
Yeah, he looks like an elf. Dobby.
No, he looks like an elf.
Oh man, it's okay, Coach. You'll be exposed to their shenanigans
This is what
soon
I
enough.
have to put up with, Coach. So
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
We're sorry, bro. We know from experience. Okay.
Without my help, Dobby, as well as Will's help and Goldie's help, you wouldn't be anywhere near to getting 100 subscribers.
I'm nowhere near anyway. But yeah, no.
Oh man. But hey, I have to say something about this, okay? So I think one of the few costumes that I think were done with pretty good detail, I would say, whether they spent more time on it, would be the King's Guard outfits. I think those are done.
One role. He's just going to be like, yeah.
I mean in general, like for all like the King's Guard costumes in the show, if you look at them carefully, you can tell that those were either in the first line of costumes that were designed or that were given higher priority than the rest, or simply the people working on it did more effort to make them look as good as possible. And I think it's why I do like the costumes, because, like, you know, in terms of fantasy, I've always been, like, a sucker for these types of armors, because they always look pretty badass, and also because I played World of Warcraft for a very long time, and so, you know, the plate armor aesthetic is just pretty awesome in general.
Dragon's for me. A sucker. For a man in a good bit of armor.
Oh my god!
But look at this armor.
Bastard.
I mean,
look,
God, it looks like it's not really fitting him. It's
so
just
bad, doesn't it?
It doesn't fit him. I'll give him that. It does look big. I'll say that.
It's a bit like the new Superman's uniform.
Yeah,
and he just
too much padding. I would say like the padding is a little bit. I understand in medieval times the padding usually may have been a little thick in order to absorb, sword blows or arrows mostly, but that shit looks like it's way too.
I mean, this is green screen, mind you, right? This is
it's a green
not
screen
an actual
background.
set. It's a green screen background, so they've definitely messed with. You can see the armor being also retouched on its. At the silhouette.
The reflection is not natural either. Like you don't see a naturally occurring shadow. Yeah,
it's totally cut out. It's not made that well, to be honest, right? Also, of course, now we have the advantage of the still, but overall it looks very flat. The pillars there, back in the door, they're looking very shaky, man. This is not really good, to be honest, right? The door itself looks, right? I mean, I don't know why they don't use practical sets. It's just so easy to do. I mean, of course, they always start with the argumentation.
Usually?
They are cheaper, and they give also the actor more ambience to play with, right? It's easier also to act, right? All these green screens sometimes could be avoidable. Just, build proper sets, because in the end, post-production, light setup, correction, grading, it costs almost as much as building that fucking practical set in the first place, which is there.
Like, look at this one right here. Look at this costume right here. This one, obviously, this one was better fitted for the actor.
Yes,
you can tell this one was better fitted than for the main named knight, which is insane.
Right.
And in general, I think I understand that with House of Dragon, there's like a lot of build up to eventually the big main event, but I do hope they, for the sake of viewership, that they do try to speed it up a little bit. The reason I say that is because I feel like while the fans may stick around and endure, the endless exposure of the plot and the extension of it in order to get to that big ascending point, your average normie won't care. Like the average normie, let me put it this way, you can tell an interesting story, in a fantasy world, but if you don't show some action scenes in between, or at least one every once in a while that's very eventful, right? Or interesting, they're going to get uninterested very quickly. And one of these, the only action scene I think we had here was this one, where the two twins are fighting each other because the other one was...
What you just mentioned is also a major problem of these, Disney Plus Star Wars episodes, shows that they're bringing out. they lack, they talk so much. They just have all these conversations, walk from A to B to have a conversation. Instead, there's action is missing. Great action is missing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, other than the two twins killing each other, I think. Oh, no, sorry. Other than one killing the other and people not knowing which one was the good or bad one, what were your ratings for this specific episode? Not the series as a whole, just this specific episode. Let's start with Coach, who's very anxious to tell me about this.
I haven't watched it, so I can't really, but it's...
What? Well, okay. Dobby?
I mean,
Dobby hasn't watched it either. I have watched it,
Okay.
Dragon, and I would give this episode, a solid 6 out of 10. It really does cover the basics quite well, but this is the kind of padding, as you alluded to, the wider story. This is the you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Correct.
Let me ask a question, because I haven't watched it, and it really interests me. But I mean this seriously. Also, being an acting coach, this is kind of the outer world kind of reflects upon this stuff. So, would you say that, in your opinion, it was worth watching?
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely,
is.
especially for the fantasy setting, and especially compared to its current opposition. I mean, Rings of Power, Wheel of Time. This show, whether it's the last season or this season, is leaps and bounds better than those other shows. But it just goes to show that in recent times, especially over the past decade, standards have been going down and down and down consistently. So as someone who's been there and done it in the acting world for decades, I can understand how you could see all the problems. But we have to understand that the audience that this is for has very low standards. That's why people still watch The Acolyte. That's why people still watch Disney Who. That is why, partially, not completely, but partially the reason why popular culture is going down the toilet. The entertainment establishment is shitting the bed, and the people, as is the will of the people, are eating said shit.
Mm-hmm. See, I agree. I got no words. I agree with Ryan on that. Like it's a good pad episode, but like I said earlier, like they need to, for the sake
I'm glad
of containing their normie.
People. Absolutely.
Yeah, for the sake of
part. It's not the peak at the start
it's
or the
U.
peak at the end. We're now going into that U shape where it's going to get very padded, very bloated, very talkative as a build up to the climactic end.
Well, if the
episode 4 is the rising
serious.
one. Yeah, episode 4 will be the one where the U starts going up. So, okay. Well, yeah, like I said, my rating, I agree with Ryan. Yeah.
Dragon has a very high voice sometimes.
Did you really? Yeah, he
I
has
do
that
have
sometimes.
that kind of high voice.
These unexpected spikes, right? Where is this like incredible?
Yes, I do have
this?
It's a girl pretending to be a guy, isn't it?
Bro, I highly doubt it.
Dragonslayer is the Ash Rendar.
Hey, man.
Oh, fuck me. Fuck you. Well, now that we finally covered those two, let's talk about this fucking, because I think
is this a
everyone's talking
childhood
about
trauma? You don't want to talk about?
No, let's talk. No, let's talk about
something that happened to a dog or another animal. And
oh my god! You know what, Coach?
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Anyway, no, we're gonna talk about this presidential debate. If we go like 10 minutes over, it's okay. But let's just talk about it. What did you guys think of this fucking circus? Just
I think we should get Dobby's view.
Okay.
We'll be clear and concise. Then we'll get Coach's view, full of detail. Then you'll get my view after I've written down the timestamp.
Fair enough. Go ahead, Dobby.
All right,
I'll
ladies and
speak
gentlemen. Now
slowly
we're gonna...
so Ryan's got enough time to slowly write things.
Let's have a little intro jingle for these aspects of the show. Ding! And now we're gonna hear some opinions about last night's debate. Ding!
Oh well, I mean, I have
In short,
yeah,
that was fucking elder abuse. I mean, he's not.
Yes, I
I
agree.
don't know what we watched. I don't think Donald Trump knows what we watched. I don't think anybody knows what we watched. apart from watching a man freeze like a fucking zombie and not know where he was half the time, and then needed to be helped off the stage to his senior living care facility for his hot milk and cookies before bed.
Yep. Okay. Coach.
Okay, I'm telling you from another perspective. Let's take a look at this from another perspective. If this wouldn't have taken place, let's say in France, you can be assured that the same night the people of Paris would have stormed the Champs-Élysées and would have taken down the president, right? Because a population like the French population would never accept the fact that their president is not able to speak. They would immediately kind of, tear down every government institution until kind of, they have new elections. And that the fact that this hasn't happened yesterday night to me is the most frightening aspect, that people just accept it. That's to me very scary.
Say do what you want and win, and let Putin say.
And this is the guy that controls the nuclear football.
There's a thing called.
I think that what Dobby just said is very, very important, because this man doesn't have the mental capacity to act, say, in a scenario where an adversarial nation has launched nuclear weapons against the United States. That man, President Biden, is not sharp enough to order a counterman quickly.
That's a very Hollywoodian or Hollywoodish way of looking at it.
Oh, so I forgot. Coach doesn't believe nuclear weapons exist. But now,
besides the fact that what I'm saying is that the numbers are highly inflated. That they play with numbers that are actually not existing anymore. And the president, yes, technically, in this case, would have, of course, the last order in a way. But guys,
first of all, I was there when Ronald.
It's a general.
I was there when Ronald Reagan ordered me to shoot black people.
Yes, it's crazy that you hear this guy talk in 2012. Like, I'll show a little bit of audio, but the way he at least articulates his points,
hedge funds,
right?
To make $600-800 million a year,
consistent.
That's what they count as small business, because they're passed through. Let's look at how.
Okay, now let's.
He was already there. He was already losing.
And then I'll find a similar clip of now, which is.
What color are his eyes, Dragon? In that clip, what color are his eyes?
I suppose it's brown, but they look like they've been possessed by a demon. But anyway.
What color are his eyes?
It's him! I recognize.
What the fuck is this shit? Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. What is this crap? Oh.
It's really. And also the fact that he tweeted.
I had no idea about this, by the way.
Dragon, you're not a good host. You didn't ask me for my point of view.
Oh, I am so sorry, my friend. It's just I saw this randomness, but tell me, Ryan, because you told me to wait for you last, but no, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, in my view, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of this doesn't really add up, because who called for this debate? Joe Biden and his team. Who set up the rules for this debate? Joe Biden and his team. No audience, muted microphones when the other guy is speaking, and a 1 to 2 minute delay so the debate wasn't even fucking live, so they could edit all the mistakes this motherfucker would make. He still lost, and he still made an ass of himself. Sounds like a setup to me to justify getting rid of him a few months before the election.
Yeah, but then we'll be stuck with Kamala.
Or Gavin, which
I'm sorry,
either one
Dobby,
is not good.
Considering
that was
the situation,
the initial plan.
they'd have to
that was
find
the initial
a new...
plan.
Yeah,
Everybody
that
knew
was the
back
initial
then
plan, but in circumstances
but then it turned out
where
that she's so bad, she's just repeating stuff, and people really kind of reject her almost more than him when they realize that she's really not landing. Then they changed their strategy. So as you were saying, this is definitely like a humiliation ritual that just happened there. They knew he would be like this. I mean, I don't believe in my erected mind that they really thought that with drugs and 1 week of training he could like beat Donald Trump in an open debate for 90 minutes. I don't believe that they really were so resolute.
No, he looks like he is actually fit for governance.
the most incredible fact of Trump this night was also that he surprised people with his demeanor. He was so much, in control of the situation. He was poised.
And he didn't laugh.
He was calm.
Once.
And he didn't really he didn't really derail the stream like Dragonslayer or myself. He was just waiting because he knew.
Damn, coach.
He knew. You know how we are. We take this thing. This is why it's called the Tangent King to the next level.
When I watched this debate, folks, when I watched this debate after the fact, I laughed a few times at Biden's bloopers and how he kept his composure. Yes, he did do a double take at Biden when he said, "We finally beat Medicare." Yeah, that's funny. And the fact that he was able to keep his cool and not laugh his damn head off shows that he has that reserved demeanor about him. So this kind of structure, which initially
I think that was like sporadic lucidity. That was just, I think that was just sporadic lucidity kind of, popping up. I don't think that he really is in control. The United States are not in control by this man. And it's not the United States president ultimately that has control over these nuclear weapons. It's this is more like a Hollywood theory. So we don't have to be worried about that. The only fact, what we should be worried about is like, if they try to install a Camilla, it's of course even worse. Because she's young and she will indoctrinate more people. Here it is so obvious with Camilla. Maybe she can get a couple of votes here and there more. But the problem is Trump is not that bad, of course. But is this really the best that we can produce in the United States? Yes. That's the question. I mean,
right now, unfortunately, yes, because the only other options.
System. Then we should change the system. And we have shown this also with, what was it, John Kerry and George W. Bush Senior, Jr. This is crazy. Both Skull and Bones brothers, both Yale Skull and Bones brothers competed. Are you serious? This is the best one that we can produce in this country with almost like 400. Come on, guys, there must be then the system must be changed. Period. The system of voting, of getting election, and then also asking ourselves in this new day and age, how much do we need politics actually in the way we needed it like 100 years ago? Because right now, we have to realize that we are hitting a threshold where politics is just administration. We don't need to be taught anymore what's good, what's bad, what is common sense. We know all this stuff. All is what we produce, what we make, what we sell, and what we import, and kind of keeping these account balanced, and kind of all the reoccurring maintenance needs to be financed, and of course made it easy for the citizens to survive. Like, this is not stuff that needs politics per se. It needs a clear, structured, well-financed plan of course, administration. And why don't we do that? Because there's corruption. Because people want to make more money on the side. I mean, look at Washington itself. Like, all these people that are working in the Capitol and Senate, and look at their stock portfolios. They seem to know ahead of time what's going to happen on the stock market. They are so successful. They're trading. They grow their portfolios. They make more money when they go to Washington. How is this possible? If you are really serving your country, you should be concerned. Hey,
Mass Hole Leader, how you doing, man? Welcome.
Welcome to one of your pre-shows that I once proposed to you.
Oh my God. Oh goodness! Don't listen to Ryan. Ryan's just being a typical cardboard person.
Hey,
it's all good.
Did you know that nuclear weapons don't exist according to Coach? They made it all up.
Oh God! Well, yeah. See, this is what I was dealing with for almost 2 hours.
Think about climate change. Think about pandemics.
Climate
right?
changes
Think about
all the time.
Yeah, of course. And it's you need any sort of threat that is available as a system in order to persist in your status quo. If you create a threat, then every population will be thankful if you react to that threat and you find some sort of solution. Of course, you are the one who's creating the threat, who's reacting to it and finding the solution that you wanted to implement, way before anyway. So this is how the system works. More threat, more manipulation of the masses, more threat scenarios, doomsday scenarios, more apocalyptic scenarios you create, the more the mass will believe in your authority, because you just, kind of direct their emotions. It makes it easy for you to control them. So one of these threats is, of course, the nuclear threat, right? We talk now always about this nuclear threat. And then when you go analyze the numbers, it's a completely different ballgame.
Mutually assured destruction.
And, by the way, I want to show this clip because some reason this person's like saying most unserious presidential debate of all time. What are they talking about? Golf?
Yeah, that was the hilarious thing. They start shit posting about.
But who started it? Remember, who the fuck started it? Biden. Out of no fucking reason. Look, here's the actual clip. Okay.
It's not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but it's not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be...
Oh, sorry, it was just looping, but...
Just 2 grown men wanting to lead the most
powerful country ever.
Yeah.
In modern times.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Somebody... Of
Golf
course, it's
is a
Matt
great
Wallace.
Sport. It's the sport of white supremacy. It's living proof that supreme people can make a game out of a piece of metal and a tiny white ball.
I think their method is now to find a constitutional loophole to kind of declare him unfit to rule the state and therefore let the vice president take on, kind of jump this election cycle and staying on board another 5 years per some sort of weird constitutional take that they're going to invent in Supreme Court in order to kind of keep the elections another 4 years at bay or something like that. That's going to be definitely one of the solutions that's currently on the table after this debacle. But they knew that, so they already started, plotting behind his back long before he made this debate to exactly go into that direction. I mean, it was clear from the beginning. I mean, it was that this guy wasn't fit a couple of years ago, and he's way less now.
Considerably less.
It's Jill that's running things because, look at the way she treated him up in the press conference. You did so well. You answered all the questions. You're the best. You are really
awesome. Crazy.
Dobby, it's clear that the Hydra command structure with 50 heads who worship the aliens run the United States of America.
At this point, yes. And I do want to show this compilation.
What he just said could possibly be true. We don't necessarily endorse that it is true, but it could be possibly true. Thank you.
We now return you to our regularly scheduled program.
Right. So, no. Yeah. Meanwhile, I do.
Minutes later.
Meanwhile, lizards are real. Okay, back to actual show. But no, I do want to see this compilation because I remember, I don't know. To me, the whole debate was just watching live comedy. Like, unfortunately, and of course, Joe Biden.
To Saturday Night Live.
For real. This is what this fucking thing has turned into. But let's just hear a couple of compilations.
But you continue to provoke. It's so sad. We got it down to 35. We got to significantly increase the credits. The idea, if you lose again, I will absolutely. There's nothing I'd rather do.
President Trump, as I come back to you for a follow-up,
ever.
With me.
Eyes. They were shattered. Look at their face. Go back to CNN. Go back to CNN. Okay. Go back to CNN. Look at their faces. They are shattered. They don't look at them. Look at them.
No, bro. They're like, bro, we cannot save this shit. This is sinking harder than the Titanic.
The thing is, they will turn on him in a couple of weeks more and more. They already did.
They
right?
already
so
have.
For the whole time, they found all sorts of ways of spinning his demeanor. That was clearly like, and the political field also when. It was crazy. And now
the first time, I think it was yesterday. The first time I saw a BBC news story critical of Joe Biden in 4 fucking years, when day after day during the Trump presidency, it was always criticizing that man and what he was doing. And guess what the Biden administration and the Biden team have done? They have not only, pushed back against that condemnation from their own fucking propaganda outlets, they have doubled down and made it clear there will be a second presidential debate, and Joe Biden will take on Donald Trump again. And based on that attitude, they will most likely do it again for the third presidential debate. That team is not going to get rid of him. They can't find a new candidate. They won't let Camel Toe do it, and they don't have enough time. They don't have enough time for the primary process. So they are going to stick with the guy. After the two other debates, I think there'll be another two. They'll put him in his base of operations, let actual campaigners campaign, and when the election comes, every dead person in the United States will rise from the grave, vote for the man, and they'll win the election.
I'm sorry, I can't help myself. This is so like, no, for real, you're right. You're right. No, you're right, Brian, by the way. But
if they can rig an election once, what's stopping them from doing it?
If you look, absolutely, just research the companies that are providing this digital ballot. Who are the companies? And who owns them, and then you know exactly that there's. From the outside, I just moved here a year ago, like steadily. Before that, I was just extensively traveling and working, but now I'm kind of steadily living here in the States. And so from the outside, to me, it always looked like very improbable that so many people voted for Biden. But living here, this just, kind of determines it and solidifies it way more. I realized it more. It's like, I don't believe it's a conspiracy theory. I just don't believe that 81 million people. I mean, I'm working in LA and I'm working in New York. I'm working in South Florida. I connect with so many people from the States, and there's just no one that has ever voted, knows someone who voted for this guy. So to imagine that 81 million people voted for this person is, even 2 years ago, is to me absolutely unfathomable. I don't understand how that is possible. I don't believe it's true. I think something happened there.
We all know there's probably something shady to happen, but before we do that, let's just have some. I need to laugh at this motherfucker.
He's going to take how much prescriptions I need. You know what that did?
Was that?
That reduced the federal deficit. We are very, very close to World War III. By the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag.
What?
Think you can do it? The biggest rival is a 6 handicap of all. I was an 8 handicap. Yeah. 8?
Yes.
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
Let's not act like children.
to a specific concern.
Take one, just one. A really easy one. Go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. Like any black student is capable in college of doing any white student can do. He just have the money, but now they'll be able to get. Oh, I've never seen him fire anybody, but I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were
He's like, help me. What do I say?
1.5 degrees Celsius. And China nothing, and Russia nothing, and India nothing.
Just say no. Say no.
Thousands of millions of jobs. We have covered.
God damn it!
Stop saying. Make sure that they're $8,000. The idea that we're not doing any. I put more.
We're not talking about we're talking about
Go slow. You're going too fast. Providing for equity and making sure people have a shot
go slower.
to make it. There's a lot going on now.
Somebody just calling 911.
To die from pregnancy-related causes.
Look up,
and
Joe.
Black Americans
Don't look down so
I
much. The
spoke
energy
to
goes
all
away.
about
Yes.
those. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we had the safest border in the history of our country.
Say something.
On
If Matt Walsh recorded this, I think he may have been half drunk.
Destroy our country.
President Trump, we will get to immigration later in this block.
You can see the terror in his eyes.
What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America.
Yeah.
I mean, billionaires.
1,000 trillion.
He said we have 1,000 voters, and he meant to say millionaire.
Ding, ding.
No, he said 1,000 trillionaires.
Oh,
right?
trillionaires.
1,000
That's right.
trillions is amazing.
Well, the real trillionaires, please stand up. Please stand up.
So I think the reason why they chose to give him such a high.
Wake up! Wake up! We're fighting!
Where am I?
It's okay. We're fighting. Wake up!
I'm sorry. I just saw this.
It's good.
I am so sorry. Continue, please.
No, I mean, it's clearly what they try to do, right? The vocal coaches and the dialogue coaches of Creepy Sleepy Joe clearly worked on working more on the context of the delivery. So when he had to answer, he was training to kind of answer steady, quite quickly, and kind of to spit out a couple of numbers to kind of undermine his authority. And yeah, it's a good strategy, especially because of course he being old, we expect him to speak slowly and kind of stutter around. And so if I want to kind of infuse confidence in my audience and want to make people believe that the speaker is competent and has authority, then one of the things that I would kind of could advise him to do is kind of to give answers in a pretty good rate, at a pretty good rate, with a pretty good speed and kind of continuous flow of words in order to kind of establish authority here. And the technique is clear, but the problem is if the one who has to then deliver that, right, in terms of, okay, the training, yes, this is what they trained him to do, but then, if you don't actually know what you're saying, like in a cognitive way, and you don't have the faculty anymore to interact with someone else when he's counter-proposing a question to it, and then, of course, the whole thing kind of goes to pot. It doesn't work, of course. It kind of ends in this charade that we witness, right? Because you clearly see that he's just repeating the training. He's just giving the performance that he trained for a week, and he's not really answering the questions.
I think we should have had the Eye of the Tiger playing. He trained for
They saw a lot of Sly Stallone movies. You can be Trump. You can be Trump. You can be Trump.
People in the United States of America need to realize that the reason both candidates are old, straight white men from another era that was more peaceful and more prosperous is because today's generation, and I am going up to the 50s here, 50-year-olds, have been in a generation that has been remarkably peaceful, remarkably prosperous, and has only been undermined over the past decade, maybe decade and a half now. And this is the only real struggle that we have seen in this century. Never mind the last century.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, what Dragon has done is a great example of that. I mean, men today act more like children, and women today act more like lesbians. And it just goes to show that Western civilization is collapsing in on itself, and our only salvation are people with one foot in the grave. We have gone past 2 hours. We have gone past 2 hours, which is usually my exit point.
No, yeah, but I think it was very important we mentioned this because in all seriousness,
you exit already after 1 hour. Now here you stay 2 hours. I see. You differentiate your time expenses.
It's fucking late.
No, it's like 10 o'clock over there for you, right?
I think the funniest thing is what happened the next day where he's like, I may be old, I may be senile, but I still tell the truth.
Sure.
You're a politician, you don't tell the truth.
He's been a politician for twice as long as I have been alive. He has been a stalwart of the Democratic Party for decades.
Yeah, he profited. He's a parasite. He's a politician.
That reputation alone guaranteed him.
Yeah, absolutely.
The president.
This is my thought on that, on like the presidential debate in general when Joe Biden speaks. This is my opinion.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
That's basically the presidential debate in a nutshell. Every time Biden opened his mouth.
I mean, he's no less fit now than he was 4 years ago, and he won the election. That's what I personally think. Joe Biden will win the election by a larger margin than he did last time.
If that happens, don't be surprised if all of these like militia groups all of a sudden feel like getting violent. I'm just telling you that shit is. People don't understand in America. There's a lot of
Trump
these.
is part of the system, guys. Maybe they put Trump into office and then they kind of impeach him or do something else. I mean, they just control the strings. At this point,
The system
it's
is
so
shattering,
obvious.
bro.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
If the system loses power, Dragon, even for a month, even for a week or a day, they will press that button and end this fucking planet.
I mean,
Even if
just end by
Coach
itself.
thinks that nuclear weapons don't exist.
I mean, the stupid thing is, right, everybody's talking about Gavin Newsom being the president. If he becomes president, you'll not just have the Californian extras, you'd have the extras out of the US because people will be like, yeah, look at what you did to California.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Jesus Christ, California. I mean, Wyatt lives there. He can tell us. It's fucking fentanyl land. Okay,
I worked there for 10 years. No, it's crazy, absolutely. But it's also to answer. I think we know that this whole system is absolutely a huge bunch of interlayered corruption. It's just whether on one side or the other side. That's what's most concerning. Politics is completely like an echo chamber in itself. It has nothing to do with, the word itself, government. What does it mean? It's to govern the mind, right? The mentis, right? To govern your former mentis. So to create tendencies. It's not to administration, like I said before, is run by a couple of computers. That's true. I mean, you can really research this. The accountants and everything that the function of the state is actually run pretty much on automatisms. And you need a couple of budgets here and there that need to be changed, or new budgets to be created for new outlooks, for new channels of the state accounting system. But otherwise, we don't need politicians to run the United States. There is no need for them to be there. Right? That's crazy.
This statement is correct. Money. Well, that's how it's always been, though.
Which
honestly.
is why, unfortunately, Dragon, it hasn't always been that way. There was a time before currency when human beings did get along and live well in the dawning days of civilization. But according to Coach, that didn't happen either. So, now on to the conclusion.
No,
we need a reality-based future.
Reality-based future.
Vote for reality-based if you want a future.
Okay. Well, there you go. But no, I think we've had quite a pretty crazy stream. But you know what?
It was fun.
We will make the world Sith again.
Oh, yeah, we'll make the world Sith again. Through Asian Ezra Miller, all will be revealed and all will be answered. But
if you try to cancel me on my political campaign, I'll just say I'm Jewish, and then you're all fucked.
Yeah, then we'll find some Ashkenazi
I'll
blood for
convert.
sure.
I'll wear the tiny hat. I'll touch the fucking wall.
You're
If it means
circumcised
creating
anyways already.
A reality-based future, I will do that. Yes.
You're circumcised
there you
already,
go.
so therefore you
There
are
goes the
Jew
money.
anyways.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Anyway,
I'm going to be on a show in 48 minutes.
Yeah.
Check out Rogue Entertainment on author Stephen Walton's channel.
There you go.
Also, after that, because it'll be about 2 hours long, I'll be on Saturday Night Hypnosis with Coach and Dragon. Darby will never be on because he'll never be prominent enough. And we'll be talking to Kaida, great guy. Yes, he's black, but a great guy. I'm sure we're going to have a great talk about some topics of the day. So go and like, share, and subscribe to Dragonslayer Commentaries. Check out all these fine folks and fellow creators. Sorry, guys, got to drop out. Have something to eat. Have something to drink. I'm sure you guys can wrap things up. See you guys later on. And see you, Darby, tomorrow. Who TF Live with Will, Goldie, Darby, reality-based himself, and special guest Bowles Trek. If you don't know Bowles Trek, he was the man who brought Nerdrotic and heel versus babyface together, which I think is quite poignant because recently Az left Friday Night Tights Don't know why. He's lost a lot of
Why?
weight. He said it was because he's gotten fit. I think he's got AIDS. So bye for now, guys.
It could be both.
All right, take care, man. Well, in that case, let's start with you, Coach. What do you got coming up?
Sure. So we, as maybe you know already, we have a beautiful program right now, and like a pretty steady production that is based on 3 pillars during the week. We're looking into the future on Monday, Open Class Doodles, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have 3 Sages in a Time Machine. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're looking into the mystery of history with divine Lord, Savior, fire-breathing over-commander of the tunnel system of Moria and also all the other cavities inside of Middle Earth, Mr. Dragonslayer Commentaries, and Ryan Roger Athay. And then we're looking to present and current trends on Thursdays. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I usually cover like more Hollywood topics. But in general, what you get through the Open Class Doodles, of course, is not only education, but also some funny takes on creativity, a lot of good insights from my previous projects, and, you know, a lot of good stuff that I share from my working experience. So if you're an entertainer, performer, a storyteller, a visionary, a writer, an author, someone who likes to, you know, create something amazing, and you need a little bit of introspection, motivation, and also, you know, maybe clairvoyance, right? Some future strategies and tips about how to navigate this beautiful industry called entertainment industry, then come over to the Coach MC Studio, subscribe, be part of the family. And on Saturdays, of course, it's Saturday Night Hypnosis time at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Perfect. And you, Dobby, what's up?
I'm going to be on WhoTF Live tomorrow at 8 Central with Bolstrak and the gang. This can be fun. We're going to rip Doctor Who to shreds. Then I'll be doing live streams throughout the week. I will be streaming. What am I streaming this week? Oh, yeah, I'm doing Diablo 4 this week. So I'll be streaming probably Wednesday. I'll be on Will of the Fans Tuesdays and Thursdays, then back here on Saturday for more Dragonslayer.
There we go. And everyone, so for those of you still watching in the YouTube comments, I did put the links to all these 3 illustrious men's channels.
Yes.
But if you watch the replay, you just got to check out the description. I put the
Don't
ads
forget
of
the
all 3 of them.
With the replay, right?
Sure. Well, that works too. Whatever, doesn't matter if it's sexual or not. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you need to do, everyone. But I will say this, right? If you ever wanted to just listen to the podcast, because maybe you missed the live and you just don't have time to just look at the video itself of our shenanigans, then I got good news for you. I will be uploading the audio recording of this live stream very shortly to Spotify and Amazon Music and other related podcast websites in order so that you can either listen or watch it in either of those 2+ platforms. I do this because I feel like some people just like to listen to us talk. I don't know why.
Why? Are you crazy? Get a hobby. Get a life. Don't.
No. Get a hobby, get a life, but listen to us while you're doing that. There you go.
Yes.
Doesn't matter where. Do it.
Get a hobby, get a life.
Yeah.
Listen to us while you're pleasing your wife. It's always right. The Tangent King podcast.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Good Lord.
Just saying.
Okay.
It's important right, to underline certain concepts.
All right. Well, there you go. You guys now know what to do on YouTube. I mean, just subscribe to the channel for the next Tangent King podcast.
I said pleasing.
just subscribe if you like any of the videos or if you want to watch the podcast. There is a playlist.
It's a nice
There's
thing.
a playlist for the podcast in my YouTube channel description that you can watch if you want to catch up on the prior episodes, of course. And if you just want to watch my other regular videos, because I do make short form videos as well, like just reviews on movies and TV shows, those are available as well. I am currently working one for the 1987 Arnold Predator movie because I did a poll on it and people really seem to want to have me talk about it. And well, I did present the choice and the people have spoken, and that is what I shall do, because I do really love that movie and the Predator franchise in general before it got fucked over, but then it got kind of revived, you know. But either way, I think that this has been a good show, and everyone, I just wish you a good day. Catch us later at me and Coach and Ryan at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. I think it is Pacific Time, and I don't even know what the fuck the UK time is, but either way, super late at night. You know,
It's
everybody's
5
sleeping
hours
except
ahead,
Ryan.
right?
Yeah, 5
Except
hours
Ryan.
ahead.
He's the only one.
Yeah,
in
1 a.m.
Wales
There we go,
who's-
UK time.
Right.
Yeah. But either way, if you want to catch us on that stream, then, well, have more of us. Sure. Why the fuck not?
Sure.
But other than that, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I wish you a good day. And Namaria.
And now for something completely different.
What are stories but mystery boxes? There's a...
What a load of shit.
You wanna play games? Okay. I'll play with you. Say hello to my little friend!
Damn!
Oh, no, I ain't messing with you. Oh, no.
Until next time, I'm a British person. Good night.
What? You want more?
It's okay. We know.